Crimson Desert, let's go. Cliff is the main protagonist, and he's part of a faction called the Greymanes, and they're in the region of Pywell. Now, they're ambushed by another faction called the Black Bears, who are the bad guys in this game. Some survive, some don't, on both sides, and then Cliff winds up getting his throat slit by Mirrodin, the leader, before Cliff is, well, kicked off a cliff. Now, Cliff comes back to life, and by enemies, even while fighting, he's told that he stinks of the grave. Cliff only wants to find any remaining Greymanes because after the ambush, everybody got scattered out across the land. So Cliff starts out in a large city called Hernand, where he winds up just getting a lot of spontaneous quests, helping out people in their shops, and then he repeats this as other major cities are discovered. It becomes known that something called the Abyss, which is pretty much a dimension woven into that world, that things are a lot bigger than some silly war or faction conflicts, little ambushes, what have you. And these major events on such a large scale are being influenced. So now that's getting woven into the story, and Cliff is moving up in the world, and he's getting a new camp given to him, utilizing it as his base. And any gray mains that he does find in his ventures, they all go to that base. And from there, they just do their logistics, reunite, and start up missions. So at this point, Cliff starts getting more involved with the abyss and its dimension and doing its puzzles and finding more answers. And this continues until the end of the story where Cliff has a little reunion with Mjordan, the individual that did cut his throat at the very beginning of the story with the Black Bears. They have a final standoff, and Cliff comes out victorious. So look at that. And so, despite that happening, Pywell is still just not in the best condition. So Cliff is now just off the leash, and he's free to start taking other forts and helping more people, doing fetch quests and getting armor for his mounts, all sorts of secrets throughout the game. So at this point, he just has now the help of his former Greymanes that are now reunited and working together. Thanks for listening.